Alright, so by the way, this picture for the four of us, are we gonna like put a my a Maki face? How do you
Yeah,
say it?
I thought about
Maki?
that too, Dias. We could put like a tiny the little chibi Nozomi or whatever. We could just put like a chibi Maki like on the table or something.
That'd be cute.
That'd be very cute.
Okay, I got this. 5.
Alright.
Yeah.
1.
2.
3.
4 again.
5.
Hey.
Well,
Hey.
welcome. Yes. Welcome to the After School Writers podcast today. I'm Fallen.
Oh fuck, we needed an order for this one, didn't we?
Don't go the same
Figured
counting
it-
order.
I figured it'd
I'm
be
Dias.
in
It's
order.
always the same. What do you
It is
mean?
always the same. They're on like 10 episodes. How are we this stupid still?
I
Should we
don't
restart,
remember
or-
that we. Okay,
No,
whatever.
fuck it. Just go with it.
Okay, I'm Lid.
I'm Supreme.
And today we have a guest with us, the wonderful Lord Byron Mud Kippington.
There you
You
go.
got it.
I need to pull up the freaking archive.
Quagsire
now.
personified.
Gotta make sure I don't misspeak anything else. But hey, man,
Dias forgot to
welcome.
introduce him.
Yeah, Dias fucked up the intro. He can't fuck anything else up from here on out.
Damn.
He didn't
Welcome,
introduce
Byron.
himself though.
Well, I will
welcome.
say,
Crunch.
before I fuck anything else up, thanks for like coming, man. First here, but also just like in the server in general for being a part of the community. I can tell you before I
Yeah.
even like started the server, like I always like looked for your name because you wrote a lot of stuff
Smart.
that I really liked. I think I've mentioned before that I am a big fan of your writing. Like you're writing a lot. So thanks for writing. Thanks for joining the server, being part of the community. It's always great seeing your stuff.
I appreciate that. Haven't posted anything in a month, but we're getting there.
Oh, dude, same.
We never post things here. Don't worry.
We're not actually writers.
That's our
Yeah,
like
don't reveal the
persona.
secrets. The sacred text.
We're
Okay,
just
but
pretending really hard. But yes, Byron, you should introduce yourself.
All right. Well, hello. I am Byron, aka Lord Byron Mud Kippington, aka Mac, and I am a writer of mostly Love Live, some Fire Emblem, Splatoon, kind of messing around in different fandoms. But Love Live was the main one that I've been writing in.
so let me ask you, what got you into writing? Writing fan fiction specifically.
It was in 2015. I'd actually never had the urge to do anything like that before, but it was actually
Did
while
you read
watching,
fan fiction before you started writing, or?
yeah, for like a week.
It's
I'd never read fan fiction until 2015.
kind of crazy.
Uh,
Although
Was
I
it
feel
like
like that was the
you
same
read?
story
Was
for
it like
Lid as well, right?
Mhm. Yeah, we talked about this. Was it last week or the week before?
I think this has come up a few times as like how you started writing.
Yeah,
I
it was
believe
one of the
Lid
questions
mentioned that
recently.
she jumped into it pretty quick and with very little experience. Very shocking.
I feel like it always
I
starts with one and then it spirals,
I
basically.
think Lid is also not realizing we're talking about her.
I'm so sorry. I'm really distracted.
Sorry. But Lid, you also started pretty quickly after you discovered fan fiction, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, between like picking it up and just because there was a time I read it a lot and I stopped reading it and I read it again, and then second half I picked it up pretty quick.
Do you two remember what stories you started with?
In writing or reading?
In I guess reading, yeah.
So it,
Do you know like
when
any
I
authors
started,
you
oh god, it actually was K-On! That I started. Um,
respectable?
yeah, it was the end of May 2015. I actually can't remember. I I almost remember one of the authors. We haven't talked in so long, but we had talked for a while because I liked their fics. I just can't remember their name. But it was it was about a month or so into writing, and I, for some reason, I was like, you know what? I'm reading and I'm writing these cam fics, but I feel like reading these Love Live fics because I'd actually seen Love Live in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and
At that point, it
I was
was
like,
just Muse, I guess.
yeah, and I was like,
Mhm.
well, this isn't very good. Um, and so I remembered it though, and I decided to go into the fan fiction section of it on fanfiction.net,
As
and
you do, yeah.
I started reading it. Um, again, I do remember three specific authors because I know my favorite character was actually Nozomi at first,
Mm-hmm.
but I gravitated towards Maki. Maki. I can't actually. They sound correct in my head, but I can't say any of their names out
Oh yeah,
loud.
dude, the language barrier is always going to be really bad. I'll tell you right now.
Agnes
I'm
mispronounces literally almost every character.
we had a great laugh making fun of the way Supreme said Nesso, but other than that, I think we're all pretty guilty of our own mispronunciations.
Just one great laugh, huh? Only one? I feel like this comes up a lot.
We had one laugh, and it happens to last a very long time.
I pronounced Nesso Niso because I had never heard it said before. And so I just call them, I still even to this day
Yeah, and
call
we
them
were all like
Nisos.
Miso.
Yeah.
Was this a? Do you think was this a podcast or was this one of our anime nights? This
No,
happened.
this was definitely a podcast.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of the first or second ones.
Aw,
Yep.
dude, it's immortalized. Then everyone's gonna
Oh,
check
yeah.
out the vods.
I'm never going to live it down. I think that's our most viewed episode as well. So great. We love that for me. All right. What do we have on the topic list today?
Before we do that, going back to Byron real quick, one thing I did want to ask is, you know, when you started writing, you started to write a lot, and I know that's something like a lot of writers talk about is like motivation or lack thereof. What got you into writing and that you were so into it, and how did you do it so much?
So
And also
early
just like
on,
good works as well. I should mention it's not like you were pumping out like shit 500 word dream fanfics. You were actually like doing good stuff.
yeah, the early when I started early on, I just get these ideas, and I would be like, okay, I like this idea. Let's just start writing it, and then
Just go.
I just go, and then be like, okay, I've got about 10 other ideas. We'll start with this one. And at times it was all over the place. Like I'd start writing one and be like, well, I've got this idea for this other one. I'm going to start that too, and I'd have four separate fics partially complete. I'm like, okay, this is not good. we need, we,
Did you like focus on like improving a lot when you were starting out, or was it just like go 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 go?
it was really just go. I'm not going to say that I'm the greatest writer, but I've been, good at writing for a long time. I've done that, and my
Ah.
works are definitely better now than they were
Did
6 years
you write
ago.
before you got into fan fiction for anything?
Um, Well, I wrote a lot of poetry. That was really my main thing.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm.
You
Poetry's
can
hard to do
actually
too.
you can actually see it tacked on to the end of most of the Kaoma chapters. The only time I did that because I don't think anybody cared.
Well, this is another thing, and I'm sorry if I'm dragging this out a little bit, but I'm being professional interviewer, man.
No, it's
Um,
good to interview guests on a podcast. That's what
one
they're
one
kind of
thing
for,
that
right?
I think people really appreciate about your writing is that you do like little series. You have like ideas and you tend to go in on them. I think like for example, the recently you've been doing the Ruby like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters thing, where like you do Ruby fanfics based on Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards you unpack, right?
Yeah, it
Before
was
then,
the pack themselves, like named
on the
after
pack themselves.
the pack.
Uh-huh. And then I know before then you did the Splatoon like Pearl versus Marina thing. You did like different smut fics based on like the theme of the the theme of the event.
Yeah.
Damn, some of those would be pretty out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
they're really fun ideas. Where do you
They're-
find all of these, and how do you commit so hard to them?
well, so it really just comes down to what passes past my eyes at certain times. You know, the video games, like with Splatoon, I've finished
Like what's
playing
holding your
Splatoon.
attention at the moment?
Yeah, I finished playing Splatoon 2, and I'm like, you know what? Pearl and Marina are hot. We're just gonna we're gonna roll on this one.
I agree with half of that statement.
Yeah, I also agree with half of that statement. Um, and a lot of music. I'll hear a song, and I'm like, that's perfect. We're just gonna start writing.
Mm.
yeah, I feel that too. That
So
was
you
also a
pull your
topic on a past
inspiration from like a
episode.
lot of different places, then, huh?
Yeah, just everywhere that that comes up, and it's interesting, and it's held my attention enough to where it naturally becomes, well, I'm probably gonna write Love Live or Ruby, something with this. So what fit?
Mm.
I
All right,
feel
I
like
got.
practice does make perfect as well. Like even if you're just not like super trying on it, as long as you're writing and putting stuff out there, eventually you will just get better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to slip an impromptu question in here. Uh, actually, no. You know what? I'll type this out, and then you guys can tell me if it's garbage or not.
we could we could always save it for the end when we ask a couple questions after our topics or whatever.
Yeah. We can move on to the stuff we actually plan to talk about, and then we can move on if we have time.
hmm We'll play it by ear.
All right. So the first thing we wanted to talk about, and this is like kind of delayed. I think it's like a month old at this point, but Aqours released a new video, Dreamy Colors, and really cool about this video is that it was all the 3D girls for once. We had all the seiyus actually
Can't
doing
believe
their
you
own
just called
thing.
them 3D girls.
Yeah, we had all the all the
3D
3D
waifu.
women. It's a scarcity among us weebs and virgins.
Speak for yourself, man.
when,
um,
when did this
but
video
but
release?
you do say that it came out a month ago, but it's relevant that we talk about it because it did just cross like 3 million views like yesterday.
It is crazy popular, and I can only say good because I really enjoyed it.
hmm
Have you all
I've
watched
uh,
the video?
I've watched it far more than I'd like to admit.
Gamer.
Yay.
Our audio crashed. I don't
Not
know if
yay.
it's going to be fixable.
I
Fuck.
think it'll be fixable.
What was the last thing that was said?
We were talking about a topic that no one really cared about.
It was Dreamy
Oh,
Color, right?
I really like the song, and I kind of want to talk about it, but like if no one else is interested, then like we may as well move on to the next thing because I think the next thing has a bit more meat to it.
Yeah, sure.
real quick, Shuko was really cute in that video. Okay.
Dude,
Agreed.
do you know there's this one line where she's like dancing as like the thing's going up? It's great.
Every
I
scene
thought
with her is great.
I thought how they each had their own little like section where the three of them are doing their thing in
Yeah.
a spot where they were doing it in the anime was super cute.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
But yeah, because it was Shuka and Anchan and Rikiko were on top of the roof, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the third years were in front of the they were like on the beach where they filmed like a lot of season 1 or whatever. And then the first years were in the library in the school. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute.
Okay.
Fitting
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I like
all the
it.
characters had their own little fitting area. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's cool that they tried something new though, and like this is and it
Mm,
got such a good
definitely.
reception.
I like having the voices talking. Okay. The word "seiyu." I've heard it said before, right? How, is it "seiyu"?
Yeah,
Figured, yeah.
"Seiyu."
say
I don't
you,
know. I
say
feel like
you,
just
yeah,
saying voice actors is like much easier.
probably. That's
It's
like our
when you're
Western
typing,
way
it
of
doesn't
doing it.
matter, but like you feel real cringe saying the word.
We're Idol fans. We're all cringe. What do you mean?
That's true.
But
Fallen, you want
yeah,
to lead us into another topic? Literally any other topic?
Okay. So before I move on to this topic, I'm just gonna tell you that I didn't watch this video at all. Yeah, probably not gonna watch it.
dickhead.
Unfortunate.
Understandable. Have a nice day. You're more of a Muse guy anyway. We all know that by now.
Alright. The next thing, it's probably very interesting to say because I myself, I'm a bit addicted to this kind of stupid thing, even though it's a piece of shit. It's Gacha.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
how much do y'all play All Stars?
a lot every
A
day.
lot. Also
Not a
every
lot.
day.
Yeah.
I get on every day just for the daily stuff,
To be
and
honest, yeah.
I never play it. I haven't.
Are you
I
are you a
tried-
skipper? Do you skip ticket everything?
yes, I actually don't like the game. The gameplay is very bad.
That's all.
I
That's
just
all a lot of people say.
I play it for the story because I want to know more about the story. Though I want to just boot Lanzu back to China.
Oh
Wow,
god.
I feel like that's
So
not an
you kept up
unpopular
with all of
opinion.
that then.
that's a very popular
Dude,
opinion.
I was like I I think it might not be. I think Lonzu is actually like hella popular now.
That's unfortunate. I don't know. I didn't. There's actually a new chapter, and I haven't done it. So maybe she became the best ever.
I
But
mean, even
I,
before like the recent chapter, right? Like she's gotten a lot of like fan art and stuff. People seem to like her.
she's
Yeah,
I
but
think,
people
the
freak
worst.
out over every new character though, to be fair.
but
That's
this the thing is that because Lanzu, unlike any other Shioriko or any other presidents, this
Byron, can
Lanzu is
you
actually like yes. Okay, go on.
Byron, can you go over Lonzu's story so far? Because I haven't gotten like the updated picture, or as updated as you have it, rather.
Um, so Lanzu came from China, and he went to New York. Said, "Hey Mia, we're gonna go to Japan and be idols." And Mia's like, "What the fuck?" And then they went to Japan,
So she
and
didn't start in Japan.
no, I don't think so. She went there and she saw the Niji girls. I don't know how to pronounce that either. Performing, and she's like, "That's great. I love that. I'm gonna be an idol now." And she goes to the school, and it's like, "Oh, by the way, I guess my mom's the chairman. I can't remember if that was the case or if
Yeah,
she's
yeah, I
just."
remember. Her mom's like chairman or something important.
So I own the school now, and I've banned your club. Be- and so she's just a real bitch about it. He banned all other things. And it's like,
Mhm.
only I know the best way. You have to come to me and become a better idol by being my backup dancers.
There was also I believe it was really like aggravating the fans was that Yu was apparently away on a trip, and she comes
Yeah,
back after a 2-week trip, and everything is different. Whoa! Like they're not allowed to practice on their own, otherwise the student council reports on them. That was the thing.
yeah, they're little Lanzu's little minions.
Ugh.
It's it's I when they did the season 2 of the games, it's like, hey, you thought Nico was bad? Here's Fiorico. And then the technically season 3, it's like, hey, you thought Fiorico was bad? Here's Lanzu. He's even worse. And it's like, can they get any worse? Lanzu is completely unlikable.
And I mean, like, fair enough. You want to make your villain, quote unquote, villain character, like, kind of unlikable.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, it's rough.
People just support her
People like a
for the
good
same.
evil lady, I think.
They support her for the same reason they supported Shioriko, is because they want to be contrarians and just
Yeah.
do what people don't, even though they're just.
Would you say it's a similar reason to why people support Camilla? Because I think at least
Oh,
initially, a lot of people really supported Camilla, just the people who hated her.
Wait, we're not talking about like Fire Emblem Camilla, are we?
Yeah, yeah,
We are?
I
yeah.
thought we were talking about Camilla.
Did people dislike Camilla?
I don't remember anyone liking Camilla until I read fanfiction.
I like her. She's great.
Fuck. I always thought like when when Awakening? No, not Awakening. When Fates came
Wait,
out, like everybody was like,
Okay,
Ara,
we're
Ara,
having a
oh my
disconnect
gosh.
here. Did you think people liked the Fates?
no, nobody likes Fate, but
Yeah.
the characters are good. Just not all of the game is.
Yeah, Fates was a fun experience, but the gameplay was kind of easy mode, and yeah, like a lot of the stuff they added was very unFire Emblem.
I didn't
I just
mind the
thought
gameplay stuff, but like I
the
remember like
character.
nobody liked any of the characters from Fates, like except for the
They're
bow
good
guy.
characters, but the support are very lackluster. Like, everything is really taken down by the story and the dialogue. It's not written very well.
And horny. It's very horny.
I have
Well,
no
we
problem
know
with that.
Camilla's in the game, yes.
This is actually a good transition because if we're talking about gacha, holy shit, Fire Emblem Fates has like horrible gacha in my opinion.
Do you mean Heroes?
Or Heroes, sorry, yeah. Its gacha system it's pretty generous with orbs, but man, they gouge you very Nintendo like for like in-game purchases and stuff. It's horrible.
I did not play Fire Emblem Heroes. You'd
We
think I would, because I overnight became a big fan of Fire Emblem, but I just never
Dude, it's a good series.
downloaded it.
I guess I want to go back to the All-Star story in a bit, but really quickly I want to touch on the Fire Emblem Heroes stuff. So the biggest problem with Heroes for me is kind of the power creep issue. Power creep is this idea that like new units have to be so that will be willing to like spend money for them, right? It's a big problem in card games. It's a big problem in, a lot of virtual media where like you have to release continuous like expansion packs, and so the new
And you don't want to
expansion
make them
always has to
bad.
be yeah, the new stuff always has to be better than the old stuff. Otherwise, why would I use the new stuff when I have this old stuff, basically? And so Fire Emblem has this really bad problem where like every new set of units has to be a little bit better than the previous ones, whether it be stats, abilities, um, unique weapons, things like that. And they have ways to like stem this, but ultimately it is still like a very bad problem for that game.
Yeah.
And so
Although because there's PvP in that game, right?
Yes. Well, sort of. The
Sort of.
PvP is AI driven, and the AI is really bad. So you have to plan around the AI as best you can. Uh, the AI controlling your units, right? So like you set up a team with the understanding that the AI is going to be playing this team, right?
Like, I guess that's not the worst thing ever, because like in card games specifically,
It's
when you
not as
have like,
competitive as like, like it's not any freaking like League of Legends stuff. It's just like you when you're playing this game and you want to get all the orbs and you want to complete all the quests and you want to play and you want to rank up and all this stuff. It's really painful to play with not the best units.
oh
So
yeah,
the
like
most
40
recent
plus
one,
missions and stuff. If you don't have the best units, you just get your shit pushed in.
the most recent one is Fallen Edelgard at the time of recording this, and she is a flying ranged magic unit that counters everything. She's extremely annoying. She's extremely strong. Uh,
What
and
the Fatal Guard
basically
deserves.
the way to
Indeed.
take her down is to basically cheese her with Windswept, which is an ability that makes it so your opponent can't counterattack.
Bruh.
And unless you're cheesing her, it's very difficult to take her down. So yeah, that gacha really sucks. But it sucks for more like structural reasons. I think most gacha in general sucks for structural reasons. But these are like game specific structures that
Gacha PvP is unacceptable.
Yeah, agreed. Even like with
yeah.
All Stars, like PvP, quote unquote PvP, with like super big live,
You have
man,
like the
you
rank
go in,
system, yeah.
yeah, you go into lobbies and like the person wins all of the awards, and you look at their team and all of their cards are maxed and all of their accessories are maxed, and you're like, man, I literally just lost to you because you spent a bunch of money on this game. It's
I think I
really
got
depressing,
in one of those super big lists. I got first in one category, and I'm like, how did I do that?
right?
Dude,
You kind of
nice.
just like throw cards into a unit and hope for the best. I usually just click recommend information and then it does it for me.
I think All Stars has like a pretty nice like team building aspect to it. But
The team building's good.
it's a
My issue
shame
with
that
it is actually I wish they made it matter more. Like I was playing the story today and they have the songs in the story or whatever. And for some reason they didn't scale them to like player level. So you're in like the second season near the end of the story and there's like the song missions that you have to play and you can just clear them with literally like 2 URs in your team and that's it. It's super easy.
There is a way to change the difficulty.
Oh, is there like a hard mode version?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. I should do that. I'm missing out on a bunch of stars then probably. Uh-oh.
But
I
okay,
I I
let's
couldn't
talk.
care about that.
Let's hit Gacha a little hard then. Is Gacha fine on its own as it is right now?
In what, All Stars?
Yeah, like are you like generally okay with the systems that are currently in play?
For
It's
All
like I
Stars,
understand, it's a little aggravating if you're playing like PvP or you're playing a ladder to like go up against people who spent money. But like as a game, do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the gacha experience? That kind of thing.
No.
I mean, there is that rush you get when you get that really great card, which obviously is the point. But in the end, it's just pixels, and I'm not spending money on it. I've spent $0 and 0 cents on any online game like those gotchas. I don't spend any money. It's not worth it.
It really is the meme of like, haha, you spent money on a PNG, nerd. Or whatever. I'm
They're
not
really
happy with the
nice
gacha
PNGs though.
because I can't scout and get Mari every
I've
single time.
definitely thought
So
about it like a number of times because like, dude, there's some nice PNGs.
it's true.
Agreed. I think
I
there should
mean,
be more boxes in All Stars in which we just get our favorite girl every time. I'm tired of getting all these other girls, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
There's
more
well, that's like the
exclusive
Spark
ones.
system, right? It's like if you pay If you play the gacha 300 times, you get one free unit.
Well, no, not even that. Like, I'm sure what lid means is like more like School Idol Festival, where on the character's birthday, it's like, here's a
Yeah.
box. There's 100 cards in here, and all of them are yo or
Ah.
whatever.
Yeah. Oh my god, I went so
I
hard
think
on
that
her
would help a
birthday for
lot.
that.
I know,
think,
yeah. I actually love School Idol Festival for that reason specifically, because you do just, it's their birthday, and you're like, I've been saving gems for 365 days, and now I can just get all of this one character.
Yeah, but at that point, like, is it really like, how do I say this? Is the time investment really better than just like spending like $40 on it?
Depends how much you value your 40
If
bucks,
if
I
you're
guess.
if you're working for this game, basically, like every single day, you're investing 30 minutes, right? I don't know how long you guys play. It's more like 15 minutes, isn't it?
If the gameplay can't, if you don't enjoy the gameplay, then there's no point in getting to the point of having all these gems to
Yeah,
get
right.
your.
Like
Totally.
if you're investing like all of this time into it, I feel like at some point, isn't there like wouldn't it just be better to spend the $40 and skip all that?
But
I
like
would say
though,
no, because if the gameplay isn't fun enough to play without spending that money for the gacha, then there's no point in getting the gacha at all, and just get the pictures off the internet and just make them your profile picture. It's
Lid,
like
what were you saying?
I was gonna say that personally, I feel like the whole you could spend $40 on it, or you could like commit yourself to like a year of work, and when you commit yourself, you kind of get more attached to the game. Like I was playing School at a festival, trying to get like 1,000 gems before Yoel's birthday, and
You
I
get
was like,
attached to your account as well, don't you? When you have that
yeah,
collection.
yeah, I haven't deleted my account, and it's like 3 GB, but I never touch it. But it's
Yep.
like you just get that attachment to it. So I feel like it's better to play it than to spend your money and like probably not get your card.
Yeah, it's kind of what like Byron was saying. Like if you, it gives you a reason to play the game basically. So it's like, oh yeah, I'll spend, I don't know, an hour a night,
You
5
should
nights a
be
week
you should
grinding
be
gems.
playing the gacha because you like the game, not playing the game because you like the gacha.
Yeah. And I think that's the difference between All Stars and School Idol Festival for me. Like, I'm okay grinding School Idol Festival for like 2 or 3 hours a night, maxing out bonds and cards to get gems, because I really like playing rhythm games and it's fun to play. With All Stars, it's more like, cause I think it's because the skip feature exists. I'm like, man, I don't really have to play. I could just skip them all. And you almost have to, in order to get like a reasonable amount of rewards, even to max your cards out. You almost have to use skip tickets, and that I think is what makes it so unappealing gameplay wise.
So like everyone here, when you all play All Stars, are you like the type to play songs or are you skip tickets? Fallen?
Skip tickets. The songs are good, but the gameplay is bad. It's not fun. The 2 button gameplay is just not a fun gameplay experience. It's a stark downgrade from
Yeah.
School Idol Festival. And just to say this, with obviously it's not developed by the same people, but it's all published by Bushiroad and developed by some random food. But now that we us Gaijin in America get D4DJ, the contrast in the gameplay for School Idol Festival All Stars is stark.
God,
D4DJ
don't get me
blows it
started on
out of
D4DJ. I love it so much.
it.
The
The
slider
gameplay
is so
blows
good.
it out of the water. It's basically, it's kind of like having DJ Hero on your phone. I mean, in gameplay wise, it's better than even School Idol Festival.
It's like you've been playing checkers all your life. Suddenly you figured out what chess was. You're like, holy shit, this is so much better. Why'd I fuck around with this checkers shit?
Yeah, but I actually have over 4,000 skip tickets in All Stars.
Jesus.
I don't play the songs. I don't like
that is
them.
insane.
Fallen, are you a skip ticket guy or?
No. I just autoplay and just leave it alone.
You watch those videos?
I autoplay and leave it alone. Yeah.
Do
I
you
could
do you
not.
turn
my-
it?
I've
I
never
turn-
used the autoplay.
So you're saving up the skip tickets then, huh?
Yeah, I'm queuing for events if needed to.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
kind of the strat. Is you autoplay to get skip tickets, and then when there's an event you want, you just like spam skip tickets to get like high in the
rewards
rankings.
for the event are just like the card, right? You don't
Yeah,
Cards and materials.
the cards are, it's a mix, and it really, for me, it depends on which girl it is.
Hmm.
But I'll
would you
use my
ever tier for an event that wasn't your best girl?
No.
Yeah, I do all of them
Never.
actually.
Never.
Wouldn't waste anything.
I get on.
It's all for
to-
you. It's
I
all
get
for
on
Honestly,
you.
yeah.
Speaking
I
of
get on to
mispronunciations,
FIFA.
goddamn.
I get on to CFIS once a day. I will, if there's an event, if there's no event, I'll just log on and get the free stuff and then log out because I don't give a fuck.
Hmm.
If there is an event, I will go use the skip tickets until I've run out of energy. So 10 at this point. I use 10 skip tickets, and then
he's got his spreadsheet out. He's like looking at it like,
Yep.
yes, here's my daily skip ticket usage, and here's my income, and
that actually isn't even a spreadsheet. It's just a nice round number that I
my God.
remember.
At that point,
And-
it's just another job, isn't it? You come home from your main job,
Fucking
you start
sadly.
your second one.
I'll just use the 10 skip tickets and just do it each day of the event and see if I almost never get all of the event stories, but that's why I do it, for the stories, especially if it's a girl I like, which is really good on the laser tag event because it had Maki and Mari.
Yeah, that event was great. I usually do the same thing. I'll pay attention to the story, looking at when it comes out. It's like, okay, which girls are in this? Oh, I like 3 of the 5 of them. Cool. I'll read this one.
I'll
Yeah, it had
definitely
Kasumi as
say
well.
those stories are very well written. Like I
Even
think,
Ruby was good in that one.
I don't think there's been a story that I've read, minus the main story, because I haven't read any of them, right? But of the event stories, I think all of them are bangers, dude.
That's the thing that All Stars has a positive in. It has good stories. Even just the regular chapters, I enjoy those.
Mhm. The Bond stories are also like pretty fun. They're
Oh,
like kind
God,
of like
Oh,
mini
yeah.
OVAs centered
Top tier.
around whichever girl you want,
Yeah.
right?
I like those too.
I find them really useful because if I'm ever stuck, I think Rena was a big one with this, where it's like her Bond stories do a really good job in expressing her character, right?
Right.
It's like it's like a little like one of those like flavor packets you put into your drink, right? It's like just blows up and suddenly you're like, oh yeah, that's what apple tastes like, right?
Hmm. That's what Apple tastes like.
I
Good analogy.
was thinking of like an apple Kool-Aid, but not
Apple
apple Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid? Does that exist? That's called apple
The
juice.
red
Dice.
Kool-Aid.
I'm sure there's apple Kool-Aid.
The one
That
that
would
you
not
get
surprise.
because the red Kool-Aid is the best one. Anyways,
They play D4DJ. It's
dude, okay. I don't want to linger on this too long, but like holy shit, dude. The gameplay is so good. So what they added onto it from it's very clearly like modeled after Bang Dream in terms of like the style of menus and stuff. It's very similar. What they've done is they've added 2 elements. They've added these 2 big discs on the side, and when you get a note for the disc, it'll delay like the future notes. I don't know how to describe it, but it's as if you stop the music for a second when you use the disc, right? And this
But
leads
how's
to
the
like
gotcha dice?
the gacha's fine. It's
Far better than Bang Dream.
it is better than Bang Dream, but
Bang
Bang
Dreams
Dreams
is
was not
literally
very good.
dumpster tier,
Dream
so
is
that's not hard.
ass, man.
I don't think Bang Dreams is as bad. I would put Bang Dream on like the same level as All Stars.
No, not even close.
Not even close. All Stars is worse. No.
What? No, Colin, you can't say All Stars is worse just because you have bad luck.
I think I think there's a problem right now in that I don't really want any of the D4 DJ cards except for all of the mermaid girls are really nice, and Essera has like a really nice one.
I
But
will.
like,
I will. There is one. You have to get to the RPG happy hour. You just have to get Mage Mooney,
oh, the
and that's
Maho
all you
one, the
need.
slime girl Maho.
Oh yeah, that one too. But you got Magic Mooney. That's all you need.
Yeah, that one's very cute. Yeah. But I'm just like, there's none in D4DG that I really want. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get this one. Whereas like I feel like with Bandori, there's a lot of them that I really want. Eh,
I'll say
Big
real quick.
shocker there.
I'll say real quick. One thing I like is that they have 6 groups, and there's so many. There's 24 girls, and so you think that'd be a lot of stories, but they compress them so that all of them are together. So it's just really 6 instead of
In Bang Dream,
24.
it's very spread out, isn't it? I'll also say though, with the stories right now, they're very basic. I don't think there was any story that like especially grabbed me. Um, and that's kind of a shame because I think like I've mentioned this before, but I really like the writing in Bandori. In that one, they're really good at using characters in different ways. I've talked about Rin and Hagumi before, but to
Oh
give
no,
another example,
we didn't
there's a
stop for
character
you
called
guys.
Misaki
Oh
where
no.
Here he goes.
you have these character archetypes, right? When you're writing, you have these archetypes. And what Love Life will do is they'll have like all 9 girls in a story at a time, right? Thanks for muting Fallen, I appreciate it. Actually, has he been muting for a while?
No, he hasn't.
He just muted for that. Okay, cool. Good joke. I like it. Anyways, the thing about Love Live writing that can be sometimes very contentious is that they feel like they have to have all 9 girls in a scene. And oftentimes, all 9 girls really don't need to be there, right? This is something that they improved on a little bit with the game stories. I'm mostly talking about the anime original stuff.
Yeah, you're kind of right. Like in Sunshine, there's a lot of moments where there's characters that are there and they all kind of say a thing and then the scene ends, where you could have just had like 2 or 3 characters individually talking.
There's also like bizarre times where like everyone shows up just to like watch something happen. And it's
Right.
really like I think in Sunshine season 1 it's really distracting where like Kanan and will have a moment or Chika and Yo will have a moment and then suddenly everyone else is there for some reason. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for the rest of the people to be there. Like there's this one scene I remember where like Chika and Yo were like talking and it's like the crack of dawn or something. And then like after they've like had their moment together, they like turn around
Oh
and like the
yeah.
rest of Aqours is there. Just like
Yeah.
standing there. You
I know
don't
what you
need to
mean.
do that.
Yeah, it's very
That's
weird.
That's one
so
thing
that's
like
a
the games
scene
have really
where
improved on and Bang Dream has also really improved on is that they're really good about like sectioning off characters and because there's less characters, certain girls have like more chance to shine, right? Like I
That's
think
sorry. That was like
yeah,
the
no,
scene
I'm
right
going on for quite
where
a while. Go for it.
that was like the scene where like Chica wants to drown herself in the ocean and Rico's like, "No, Chica, don't." And then all the rest of Aqua's like, "Yes, Chica, come be our friend or whatever." Right?
Yes, Chica, drown yourself.
Yeah.
is that when they got 0 points.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was when they came back from Tokyo and Daya decided to be a good guy now.
Yep.
I thought that was also Chica and Rico scene.
That was, yeah.
It was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. And then like randomly they turn around and everybody else is standing there too and it's like, "Man, you could have just had this be Chica Rico." I know I don't really want to see more
It's
Chica
not our
Rico,
favorite
but
ship in this group, definitely. There's a certain Rico ship that's much preferred,
indeed.
but
You need to learn how to be idle with
you
George,
need to let
but they didn't have
scenes
that scene.
you need to let characters be themselves, and often being themselves in a lot of variety of situations. And when you have the same group of girls all the time, you don't get that variety of situations. I'm
Mm.
hoping D4DJ is better at than with this, because I know Bang Dream did this really well. But I want to see girls put in situations that them react to new characters. In Bang Dream, you could do that because you had 25 girls, and I suspect in D4DJ with 24 girls, you can also do this quite a lot, right? Where you have two characters who either hardly interact or have never interacted at all, and you can have their first interaction be very important, right? Bang Dream was wonderful with this. There's so many times where like a character will meet for the first time and they'll like go through introductions and like really think about, oh, this is my first time going to Lisa's house, right? For that one Arissa Lisa baking event, right? It leads to some really good dynamics and really good stories, and it can be very personal in a way that I appreciate from a show.
I wonder if there's like an audio cue that we can put in the podcast for when Dias goes on Bandori moments. There's like, I wonder if there's like some kind of like notification.
What we need to
Like
do is start
make one.
the Bandori podcast.
Fucking
So I can
honestly,
talk about how good the
we just need to let
story
you
in
get it
that
all out of
game and
your
the
system
writing in
all at
that game
once.
is. Listen, we're writers here. We have to analyze story. You can't sit here watching Black
It's
Lagoon and
true.
just like comment on the gunplay. You gotta go in a
It's true.
little.
It's true. Damn, you just called Rob out so hard. He's gonna listen to this and he's gonna be mad at you.
I'm so sorry, Rob. I didn't mean it. I'm not
So we're
saying you
getting pretty
can't
far
like
away
enjoy
from.
something, right? But that's another topic of conversation, maybe.
Yeah. We're
How
getting
how do
pretty
you
far
all
away
feel
from
about?
Gacha. Should we do questions maybe? How long have we been recording even? Let me check
It's
Audacity.
been about an hour.
Oh Christ.
It's been 55 minutes ish.
Do you guys want to do questions or do you want to? What's the thoughts?
We did have a moment of pause, so it's a brief time for questions, I guess.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Maybe just like one or two.
Sounds good.
Sure. Lid, do you want to pick out a question? I don't know if we have any recent ones. Well, we have the recent one that I thought of at the beginning, but
Yeah, I don't want to steal your question or anything.
yeah, go for it. Or
Yeah,
if
we
you
don't
have a
question
question
steal
you
here.
All right. Question is, do you like the franchise more as you write for it?
You
Yeah,
do you like do you like?
well,
Oh,
Byron
okay.
went
I
first, that
just
means he has
understood
to
it.
answer it.
Yep.
I do.
Byron, can you elaborate?
Well, watching the show, if it was only me watching the show and then just walking away, it would be not great. I mean, it's not a bad show, but it's certainly not a top tier show. But writing for it brings out all these nuances that they don't necessarily show in the show, or combining these characteristics from the show, the manga, which has some vastly different things for some reason.
And are you talking
The
about
game.
just Love Live, or are you talking about other things in general?
That point I was just talking about Love Live. But it could also mean, say, Ruby, which I enjoy more because of writing it and reading other people's writings, just seeing the interpretations of each character.
Yeah. I get that. I kind of am on the same wavelength. Like you take a piece of media at face value, and there's good things and there's bad things. But I feel like when you start writing for a piece of media, because you are in control and you are the creative process, you can kind of eliminate the bad things in your own mind. So it makes you like the content better, almost. If that
Hmm.
makes any
You
sense.
you look at it through not rose tinted lenses, but from a different angle,
Yeah,
perhaps.
well, and say out of let's use Sunshine for an example. So you like Yo the most or whatever,
Hmm.
right?
She's
No
not
one on this
very well
podcast likes
liked in the
Yo the
anime, or
most.
not very well treated, rather.
Yeah, and you're mad that so and so, or like they don't have enough contact with so and so in the show, and they don't have enough screen time in the show. You as a writer, you can make the show better by writing that yourself, and
Yeah,
it therefore makes you like the thing more, right? It's kind of like a self-fulfilling cycle.
Yeah, and you really
Hmm.
get to like see the potential the character can have when you actually like put it down and think about situations. Like, what would they do in
Or
this
even like
situation?
other
So and so.
people, right? Like I know,
Yeah,
all the time other writers will do stuff, and I'll be like, "Wow, that's a good." I shouldn't say all the time because fan fiction isn't necessarily the most serious of.
Oh no, but like even like you look at the tag of a character you enjoy, and you read some of the stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, I never thought of them in this scenario before. That is very cute or very cool, whatever, and it can make you want to write more, etc., etc., and it carries on.
Yeah, I generally agree with what everyone else has been saying. The
Hmm.
only thing that I would really want to add is that I think and this might be just like the nature of being part of a community, right? The more you get invested in a show, the more noticeable its flaws are, right? Like
Totally.
Yeah.
I think I would have rated if you had asked me right after I finished watching Sunshine what I thought of the anime. Easy 10 out of 10. Like I was really in love with this show at one point. And I think as time has gone on and I've had a chance to analyze it and think about the girls more especially, right? Because I think I wasn't as girl oriented back then. I think I was more of like plot oriented, like a
Oh,
freaking
totally.
nerd.
Yeah, caring about the lore and shit, nerd.
Yeah, and so like I think the way you approach a show is different when you like write for it or read for it, right?
You start
And
to
so
appreciate the nuances of the characters more and more.
yeah, and it's like there's a certain negativity to that, I think. There's a certain negativity to criticism and like thinking about things in a deeper meaning that especially with like if you have like nostalgia for a show, right? Like I would never go and I hope I'm not throwing anyone else under the bus here, but I would never go and do like a deep dive analysis on Pokemon, right? I think that that's a show that's like a little too close to my heart in a sense. Like
Sure.
it's just like some things that like I would never want to criticize. I like them a little.
Well,
Like
I'll
especially
criticize
like
those.
childhood stuff.
Talk
Fallen, do
all
you
day
have any
about that.
thoughts or about Pokemon? You mean?
No, I'm not really a Pokemon fan, so I don't watch Pokemon a lot.
No. I meant about the question. Fuck Pokemon. Okay, but don't fuck Pokemon because they're awesome. But
It depends, though. Honestly, for me, I don't know. It's just that if I like the anime, I'll just write, and after that, I'll stop writing for that anime or whatever the thing that I'm writing based on.
conversely, has writing for something ever made you dislike it more?
No.
No.
Or maybe someone else writing it might make me dislike it more. That's all.
Interesting.
That's
I
funny. Just
really,
like hate the writer.
I really hate the way you write Nozomi. Fuck you. I hate the character now. God, that would be
I, I,
powerful.
I don't hate the character on how people write them. I just like, if I see something that I don't like, example, okay, you know what? There's one couple that I really don't like. It's called Daya Yoshiko.
Oh,
There he
oh.
goes.
I mean, anyway, he's gonna join back later, so whatever it is. So,
I wonder
example,
if he left
I
because he likes Daya Yoshiko like a lot.
well, you know who I'm talking about anyway. So, Daya Yoshiko is some couple that I don't like, right?
Oh, I know
So,
what you're
I
talking
mean,
about. Yeah.
basically, it's like I'm not gonna hate the both characters. I just don't like them being paired together. That's all. That's all. Really.
That's fair.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm not gonna lie. I've read fics where like they portrayed like one of my favorite characters, but like really weirdly. I never liked when like people did that. So I wouldn't say like it doesn't make me hate it, but I don't like the way you're like phrasing them.
I see. Not like out of context, just like the way they write them.
Yeah, like I just feel like sometimes like maybe Yoel wouldn't say that or like do that action, you know?
Oh, so I said out of context. I meant to say out of character.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Okay, that's more of like maybe it's like they don't know the source material, but some people do just like to write characters. Like I see them as this, and it's just totally not correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
see that making it worse overall. Totally.
there are some I've read like that, and even from people that I like as, friends, and I can still respect them and not agree with how they characterize them. But for me, it's just simply I don't read it. I actually have kept myself to mostly just reading the authors that I follow, and if not, then Nozomaki, which
Yeah, that's
has
fair.
which is nothing. There-
But you open it
there's-
every day hoping that it's getting updated.
like I won't say who or what. I'll just say there are a couple of Nozomakis I've read where it was a slog to get through. It was not good, but you know,
But you read it anyway because you gotta support the ship, man.
I sure did read it.
Yeah, totally.
I wish I hadn't, but it, I'm hopefully never have to remember it after this.
So Dias is gone.
Oh wow.
I guess we're
His
gonna
power
edit
went
that
out.
in at some point. Unforeseen events. Dias was taken up to heaven. He's literally passed on from this earth after hearing Fallen doesn't like Yoshiko Daya, his favorite ship of all time.
Heavenly Ascension is what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Like Yoshiko herself, he ascended or descended up or down. So I guess we carry on without him. Do we end the podcast without him?
I guess
I
if
don't
we have
know.
to.
Because
Is it, like,
if it's
awkward.
For his
kinda.
number, can someone just do an impression?
Oh, hey guys, Bandori's really cool. Damn, that's a great girl.
Nope.
Would Pat? Oh my god, he's back. Hey, you didn't hear anything.
Oh my god. We gotta keep that in.
That was so well timed.
I
I wonder
Yeah,
if
my
me doing
power
that
went out.
summoned him.
Fuck. It only went out for like a second though. I don't know why it oh well.
Is your audio
That is-
still recording?
Oh no, I turned that shit off.
What?
Oh.
Oh my god, this podcast is gonna be a mess to edit. Holy crap.
Don't worry, that's why we have Craig.
Yeah, great. I'm glad Craig is still working.
Oh wow, it has like a section labeled dropouts.
Really?
Yeah.
Dias, if you're
It has
editing this
nothing in
episode,
it.
I'm gonna send you the Discord disconnect sound effect, and you gotta put it in when you die.
I got it.
Yeah, it has
Alright,
to be
I'm gonna
perfectly
start
timed.
recording the Audacity again. Although we have Craig, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As much.
God, this is gonna be
So
such a
what
weird
were you
audio
guys
device.
talking about when I dropped out?
Oh, nothing.
Where
Nothing
did
at all.
where did
We should
I
go on to
drop
the next
out at?
question.
Yeah, definitely. We basically just rounded out the last question, and we were gonna do our last one,
Oh, okay.
which is it's my I like the way this question is worded specifically and how it's in all capitals. It's why many words if few words good.
I do enjoy when it's written down in text. It's all caps, so it
Yeah,
looks like someone's yelling it.
I
Like
probably should have yelled it, but for
you
the
can
sake of
imagine
audio
like a
quality.
caveman yelling at a scientist or like some sort of comic like that.
Hmm.
Why many words?
Or
Stop
like
using many words.
alternatively, to something more relatable, like any of us about 30 minutes after opening Google Docs, and we have written 20 words down.
To be fair, I don't think it's much of a problem with this group. There are certainly writers who have this issue of like writing too much, don't they?
Oh, like going overboard, you mean?
Yeah, like I mean professional writers, not like fan fiction.
Oh, like purple prose. I see what you mean.
Definitely. Even
Yeah.
like new writers can make the mistake of like focusing too much on a scene or spending too much time in a place, right? And maybe
Well,
not spending much time in others.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of it is like comes down to like proofreading and editing and stuff. Because I saw an article the other day, related to like just like 10 writing tips that could help you like improve your writing or whatever. And one of the big ones in big bold lettering at the very last part of the article was like proofread your stuff, and if a sentence sounds long-winded, don't be afraid to like chop it down and make it brief. Because if you don't, it can make your work seem like bloated or like overly long and overly explanatory when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah. I got a similar piece of advice. One of the sort of pieces of advice that really changed how I like thought about writing was that the longer you're reading a sentence, the longer it feels like it'll take up in the like in universe time, if that makes sense. So like
In universe time.
if someone spends a lot of time explaining like the reactions or something of a moment, right? It will feel like it is longer than a moment. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I
Okay.
get you.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
There,
Like a
Yeah.
brief action over-explained becomes no longer a brief action, basically.
yeah. One thing that was really like that I saw a lot of is that like when you're describing like a series of scenes, like over the next couple of months, Harry learned to blend in with Ron's family. He started helping Molly Weasley and da 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 da, da, right? Like you have this like series of scenes. And in my head, I don't know if you guys do this, but like I can like imagine Harry like doing these like this like list of individual scenes as if it was like a movie, right?
Right. You
Mhm.
paint the picture with the small amount of words that you can. You let the reader kind of form their own image of what's going on, as opposed to like expressly telling them. Man, really bad time for Dias to mute his microphone there.
Yeah, I definitely agree though. Like with his whole thing, we're like, what is it? If it's quick, it should be like less than a sentence. Maybe like half a sentence.
Yeah, like you don't want to over explain like someone, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like standing up, like I think a good one is like doing basic actions, like standing up and doing something. You don't want to over explain that because then it's just going to make it
Sorry.
seem weird.
Mm. You don't.
Dias, welcome back.
Okay, I'm not going to be back for very long.
Oh, okay. Well, we should wrap up then if that's the case.
Well, okay. Before we wrap up, in the spirit of the question, I think everyone should answer it in say 3 words.
Yeah, that I like that
Starting
idea.
with fallen, fallen. Why many
Uh-oh.
words if few words good? It
I
doesn't
don't
have to
know.
be 3 words. That's bullshit.
No, he answered though in 3 words.
Fuck
What did he
you.
answer?
That's a cop out. You can't say that. Or I guess maybe he can. Fuck.
I didn't actually know what he said.
He
He
said,
said
"I
I
don't
don't
know."
know.
Fuck, fallen.
Yeah,
Come on, you
that's
gotta
good
give
though.
me more than I don't know, man.
Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, I really don't.
It's
It's just
Sunday. Fallen's already like dreading school tomorrow.
It's true. I can't say I blame him, to be totally honest with you. All right, Lid, go.
Um, why many words if few words good? Because we're complicated people, and we just gotta make things complicated.
Ooh, this is a good one. I like
Fuck your
that
3
one.
words, Dias. She went off the board.
I realized very quickly 3 words weren't gonna work. It was
I feel like I explained myself already. I'm not giving you an answer. Fuck you.
oh god. Fall if not fallen. Fuck. Byron, how you doing? Are you asleep yet?
Is that a yeah?
No,
I think that is.
for me, yeah,
Oh dude, you might be
all
in my area.
Oh, is his power going out too?
oh no.
Uh-oh.
seems fine.
I
It's
can
odd.
tell you from our end. I don't know if can you hear us? Because
It's
you're
it's
cutting
pretty
out for
choppy, to
us.
be honest.
Even mine.
Oh, well, it's kind of okay now.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
I mean, yes, it is storming, but my power seems fine. It's still
Mine is
here,
like
still
my
kicking.
lights are like flickering.
Well, I guess before we die, I'll say, for me, it's all about what the story needs. I write as many words as I feel are needed for a story to feel complete. And if that's 1,500 or if that's 15,000, if it fits the story, then that's where I'm going. I write until there's no more to be said.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Byron,
respect that.
thanks for coming. For
No problem.
repping
Thanks for
Mudkip
having me
Gang, which
on.
is the best Hoenn starter. Uh,
I hate you.
before we die, I'm gonna go and eat more
Yeah,
baked chicken.
I think God didn't want us to record a podcast today.
That's
We
like
Like
did.
fucked up
We
everywhere.
are,
All
we are
these tech
blasphemous.
issues, literally storming. Like it's like the podcast gods were like, no, Byron doesn't get to record a
Yeah,
podcast. Dias almost
I'm.
missed this because he was cooking chicken. Like,
It's good chicken. I'm gonna go down and eat it right now. Thanks everyone for watching and reading. And I guess you don't read this, but go
Reading.
read my stories. They're pretty
read
good.
a podcast.
Hearing it. Thanks for hearing.
Yeah,
Thanks for reading. Go look at Byron's stuff. It's really good. Highly
we'll definitely
recommend.
link that his archive of our own account for sure.
Nice.
And that's it, I guess. Fuck
Later.
off.